Okay, it says we are live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to T.A.B.Videos, TreeChatter edition. Well, it's Monday, January 15th, 2024. Happy New Year's, everybody. I, uh, it's such a lousy day. I mean, it's cold. It's like 11 degrees. I think that's what it was. But the chill index is like minus 11 degrees. Well, it's 10 degrees with a chill index of 2, minus 2. So it has definitely changed. Just thought nothing else to do. I put a link in the sidebar here. Anybody wants to join me, you can click that link. I say anybody that I know that's currently, I know them, you can come in and join me here. I thought I'd just jump in here for about 10, 15 minutes just to have something to do. I'm getting bored. Yeah, we've got, last Wednesday, I think we got 7 inches of snow, and Friday we got dumped on with another 8 inches. So we've got 14, 15 inches of snow. So it's definitely too nasty to be out in it. We finally got plowed out of our driveway yesterday, and I run up to the store for the wife this morning, and yeah, the roads are, I mean, they've been plowed, but they're all snow covered and they're just like ice. So it's a good day to stay home. So I ain't got any other videos to do right now. I was going to go out in the garage and do a little bit of work, maybe do some reloading or something. But it's just too cold out there, and the heater I got out there ain't going to handle that cold air. Excuse my voice, I've been coughing this morning again, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this crap, but it is what it is. So if anybody's out there watching, jump in there and say hi or something, so I know I'm just talking to myself. But even if I am, so be it. This was a last minute thing. I just thought I'd get something put out. Like I said, just getting bored. You can only watch so much TV because all I've had on all morning just Fox News, and they ain't doing nothing but talking about the Iowa caucus today, which supposedly President Trump's got over 50% in the polls. So just go on from there. And I guess Nikki's second, and DeSantis, and then Rashashami, or however you pronounce his last name. But I just thought I'd jump in here for 10, 15 minutes, do a little talk. Unless somebody wants to join me, you're more than welcome. About the folks that I know, definitely can jump on here because I put a link in the sidebar there. So there ain't a whole lot happening around here. It's been working on some. I did do a little bit of reloading yesterday morning. I loaded up some of those Servicio green primers to try in my Taurus, not Taurus, PSA Dagger. I put that heavier uh, spring in there the other day, and I just wanted to see if that takes care of the problem with the Servicio product. Hey, Boomstick Revenge, how you doing? Oh, it's a warm, sunny day here. I was thinking about going swimming. Not. Yeah, it's definitely a miserable day here. I mean, the sun's kind of got a little bit of sunshine out there, but it's basically just too blatant cold to do anything. Yeah, Midwest is definitely a bad day if you want to join in there. Boomstick, if you want to come on the chat with me, I put a link up there if you want to jump in there. Bill Dye, glad to see you. They look like Mission Day. Yeah, a friend of mine lives down there. He lives around Knoxville, I think, and I think they was getting some snow. And he's a transplant from Michigan down there, and he ain't too happy with it. But hey, it's Michigan winter. You never know what you're going to get this time of year. Sometimes well, actually, it's been a good winter so far. I mean, up until last week, we had very little snow, and usually in December we usually get one or two decent snows, but hadn't happened yet. So until the last week, and boy, we got dumped on. And there's just I got my bullet trap out back. I was gonna, like I was saying, PSA dagger. I want to try it, but I got drifts deep, 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 and it's just I'm not wading through that to get to the bullet trap because I have to take the lid off of it to keep moisture from getting in there on the target and inside the ground up tires that I have in there for to catch the bullet. So you got grandkids jumping on your lap, or you would, huh? That's all right. But yeah, watch a little bit of the Lions game. I don't really watch a whole lot of pro football, but I watched it. I think I turned it off when it was 21-10 or something like that. But I guess it was a heck of a game. Both defenses must have decided to show up because they definitely wasn't showing up from what I seen of it. I mean, Detroit went down and scored the first three times, and the Rams they went down and scored two times. And I said, that's enough. Like I said, I don't watch a whole lot of pro football. I'm more of a college football fan. My Wolverines did it, number one. So I'm tickled to death with that. I got the banner up there, or one of my banners up there. I was glad to see that. Of course, they're losing a whole bunch for next year. I see where J.J. McCarthy and Corum, which I figured he would. And, now their wide receiver Wilson all applied for jumping over to the draft. So we're going to be losing those. So their offense is definitely going to be bumming out next year. So they got a good defense coming back though. Hey Chris, how you doing there, buddy? How's everything down in Buckeye State? That's the way I feel about it. Although Ohio State didn't get it, but I would have rooted for Ohio State anyway, being the Big Ten. But yeah, it's behind us now, so I'm glad they won it for me. Now I see the national championship because the last time they won it was what was it, 27 years ago. I probably got 27 more years left, so at least I got to see it. Oh, really? I didn't think their basketball team. I hadn't really followed them. I'm not into the basketball part of it until it gets into the playoffs and stuff like that, or the Big Ten. But man, that's surprising because they ain't beat hardly anybody. They were showing small drifts in Nashville just a while ago. Doesn't happen often. Steelers and Bills. Yeah, I seen where they're going to show their game at 4:30. I think on NBC. I think it is. I might go over and watch a little bit of that. Not that I got a dog in that hunt. Yeah, me too, Chris. Probably their last one for a while because I don't look for them. They definitely ain't going to repeat next year. I might be surprised, but with them losing what they did on their offense, losing what they are on their offense, I just don't have a whole lot of faith in them. But you never know. Depends if I don't know if Harbaugh's coming back or not. He's dragging his feet whether he's going to come back or go pros. I guess he's supposed to meet uh, the Raiders today. So I look for him to go pros if he gets a shot at it. But you never know. Stranger things has happened. Hey, Chris, if you got time, I got a link in the channel there if you want to just jump in here for a few minutes. I'm not going to have a long chat, but I'll post it again if you want to jump in here with me. There you go. This is just like I titled it a lousy day chat because there is absolutely too cold and everything, as I said before, to be getting out doing anything. Not even interested in getting outside. But we ain't got too much coming up. Our new mold, 44 caliber mold for I want to play with that shotgun adapter for that old 12 gauge because all I got is jack. I ain't got very much brass anyway. I only got about a dozen maybe, and I just gonna cast a 240 grain semi wide cutter. I ordered, got that in order, so it'll be a few days before that gets in. I can cast that out. Hey, I understand that, Chris. Appreciate it. That's the reason why I quit watching. That's actually the first game I watched last night was the Lions. Since all this Copernic or Capernic or whatever, all that crap started with that kneeling stuff, I just give up on the NFL. I don't really watch pro sports much at all. The only thing I really watch is golf. I love that because, hey, you don't play on the weekends, you don't get a paycheck. That's the way, I mean, you got your sponsors, of course, but if you don't make the cut, you don't get a paycheck. That's the way some of these pros are overpriced and overpaid. I just, and then the kneeling thing, I guess they kneel before they come out or whatever they do before they come out on the field, so it ain't public anymore, but it's just the thought of it. To me, that's just showing total disrespect for our country and everything else. Our men and women that are fighting and risking their lives for us. It's just don't do me any favors, I tell you. But yeah, we just wanted to jump in here. Like I said, we are just going to chat for 15, 20, 30 minutes. We got a lot going on. I got the phone turned off, so I don't have to worry about no phone calls. So, but yeah, and they're not calling. I think the high tomorrow is only 9 degrees. They're not really calling for anything as far as snow or anything like that, but they're definitely not calling up any warm weather. Let me see what the thing says. Now, next Sunday, it's supposed to get a high of 23 degrees. Would be. I mean, that's a regular heat wave. And for me to get out back to the open the pit up, I got to wade through a bunch of snow and ain't going out to the pit because I even try to get down into that thing. Yeah. Boomstick for you, Chris. You figured you'd be out replacing a water line today. Yeah, being a plumber, right? Knock on wood. As cold as it is, I'm surprised a lot of people's stuff ain't freezing up. But that's the way she goes. So, yeah, I'm sitting here in my man cave, if you want to call it that. Got my TV, ammunition, and all that stuff stored in here. Will be tomorrow when everyone thaws out. Boom. I've had a couple frozen line calls today, though. Yeah, that, that's a challenge in itself because just getting the distance and stuff. But I guess if you got a garage, go out in the garage and open the garage door up and try to, do your tabletop review and just mount it on the gun and point it outside and something across the street or something. As long as it's in a neighbor's house or something. That's the nice thing about here. I got nothing but open fields in front of me, open fields behind me. Nothing. I got a neighbor on one side of me and another neighbor on the other side, but they're a good distance from the house. So that's why I got a little range out back. Of course, it's all under snow now. I can't get back there if I wanted to, and I'm not walking back there. It's about 150 yards from the back door. I'm not wading through all that snow to get out there to it. So that's why I brought the bullet trap up toward. I think I got it about 10 yards right outside the garage door, which makes it fun, nice for the wintertime. Just get out there and plop off a few rounds or whatever. But like I said, I can't even get to that because the drifts are so high they're almost up to it. So maybe in a few days, put on some get boots or something and run out there and get it. Because I really would like to try that dagger out with those Servicio green box primers to see if that heavier spring helped it. That's why I put the 6 pound striker spring in there to see if that would take care of the problem. It increased the trigger pull about 1.5 pounds, but the trigger pull is, it just feels so sweet. It's just nice and crisp. Feels better than it did when it was at the with the factory spring that was in there. I didn't think the striker spring would affect the trigger pull that much, but obviously it does because if any of you see the video, it's like at 5 pounds, 13 ounces. Before I put the striker spring in, I think it averaged 7 pounds, 2 ounces, if I remember right, out of three pulls with the Lyman gauge. So, hey, it did. So, but it really feels like a nicer trigger. I'd like to someday put a flat face trigger in there, but I don't know if I want to put that much money into that thing or not. It's just a cheap one. I think I just give up a little three for it when I bought it last year, and optic ready. Nice little gun though. Leech bed to put in this week. Yeah, that ground's. I don't think it's froze that deep right now, but it's probably hard enough. You don't want to be having to shovel it. That's for sure. Because, like I said, up until this week, really the temperature, even when we got all the snow this past week, it was in the low to mid 30s, which is just prime for a good snow. But now this Arctic front's come in, and that wind was blowing yesterday, something fierce. I used to have a Timney trigger on. I used to shoot handgun silhouette, HMSA, and I had a 7BR Remington single shot. It's based off the what was it, XP at 223 Fireball anyway. Had it converted with a 7mm barrel on it and stuff like that. I used to shoot 7BR, and I had a Timney trigger in that. And it was just like 2 ounces. But those days are behind me, and guns are long gone. And I like to have some of the guns that I got rid of now that I'm older, even though I didn't use them. Because I'm not a gun collector per se. If I get tired of a gun, I'll sell it, trade it in, or something, get something different. Because I'm at the age now where there ain't no need to have a buttload of guns around here. But the two-minute trigger I had on that, like I said, it was 2 or 3 ounces. It was had to be safe, which he did all that. And it was just the minute you touch it, it was ready to go. But yeah, yeah, I've had several guns that I'd like to have back now, but hey, bygones is bygones. Ain't nothing you can do about them now. Replace them, but to replace them would be ungodly. Like I think it was back in the '80s, early '90s. I picked up a 4-inch Colt Python at a gun show, $250, and the guy who had it evidently had it drilled and tapped for a scope. And that thing, you couldn't hit a barn from 25 yards. Honestly, that barrel was totally. I took it to a gunsmith, and he said, "All thing you can do with this is just have it sit it and have it rebarrel." Now, knowing the prices of the Python, I wish I had them because it would have definitely been worth it. But I took it to a gun show and traded it for something else. Well, there you go. I've got a couple things from CV Life, but I hadn't heard from them in quite a while. Yeah, you get some stuff like that. And, it's budget stuff, but some of that stuff's pretty good. I know the one tripod I got on my 300 Blackout's a CV, and I really like it because legs are adjustable where you can compensate for the levelness, which any of you that's watching me knows I shoot off the trunk or the hood of my truck, so it makes it nice because of the slope. You have one a little bit shorter and longer. That CV makes some pretty good stuff. I've got a couple slings around here, but yeah. Well, we've been rattling on here for about 20 minutes. I'm not going to ramble on because I was hoping somebody else would jump in here, but I understand why you didn't. So we're going to just set this chat short because, like I said, I was just getting bored sitting here. It's just wife's in the living room watching TV. I was in here. Like I said, I've had Fox News on all day, but it ain't nothing but Iowa crap. So you can only hear so much of that stuff. But anyway, thank you guys for joining in over here. I appreciate it. The guys in the side chat, Bill, Boomstick, Chris, appreciate you guys stopping in. With that, we're going to say so long, and we'll see you. I have another chat scheduled for next Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. So keep that in mind. And thanks for watching. God bless American Armed Forces, past and present. We'll see you guys on the next one.